Gee, you failed your mission today. It's important to you, but you failed. I'm sorry to hear that. But I recently heard a great quote that said the sign of a true leader is being able to turn every failure into an opportunity. So never see it as a failure. See it as just an opportunity to do something else. In my world, that was originally taught to me as a gift from the clown gods. I had a clown instructor when I was in university. It's the most valuable lesson I ever learned in theater school was in clown class. And the concept being is that when something screws up during a clown performance, it's actually a great thing for a clown because clowns strive on things going wrong and being able to react to that. And if something goes wrong for a clown, that's when the audience kicks in the most and they get the most interested in what's happening. So the concept of a gift from a clown god is when you have a plan and something happens that completely blows that plan apart. And it's not considered to be a bad thing in clowning. It's actually considered to be a gift from the clown gods and a blessing because you'll end up producing something better because of it, funnier because of it, more honest and more sincere. And I think it's just a beautiful thing that you can apply to all aspects of life. A gift from the clown gods. Certainly I try to whenever I can. Found it mad how people get worked up over imaginary lines drawn in the sand by kings, how much land they could hold 100 years ago. Yeah. I really like the borders of Switzerland and France. This is a really cool fact, actually, if you don't know this. I learned this working at an art gallery because there was an exhibition on the glaciers of Switzerland. And the way it works is that pretty much all of Switzerland's borders, at least certainly the ones along the French side, are all moving constantly because they're all based on where glacier walls are. So as glaciers melt and freeze, the border changes in constant flux. And nobody really cares because it's all impassable mountains that it exists on. It throws out this idea of these hard borders between nations and says, well, no, this is a natural thing. It's based on, most borders are based on things like rivers originally. And rivers change all the time. Rivers are always shifting and splitting and forming new forks. So first off, Snoop Dogg's coming to Fortnite, baby! Let's go! I've actually never played more than one round of Fortnite in my entire life. But I'm just excited anytime Snoop Dogg does anything. That's where I live in this world. I don't care about Fortnite. I'm not gonna go play Fortnite, but the fact that Snoop Dogg's getting, I guess, a character in Fortnite or maybe a villain, I don't even know how it works anymore. An avatar, a dance, I'm still very excited for it. The more things Snoop Dogg is in, the better. That is just the general consensus that I am on in my life right now. He's just a joy, a beacon of light in everything that he touches. At least everything he touches in modern times. He's had a pretty shady past, but like, I think we all like Snoop Dogg. Universally, I think we're all okay with the murdering and the pimping and all the other things in his past. Is Snoop Dogg suitable for 12-year-olds? I mean, somebody's got to teach him. Somebody has to teach these kids. Snoop Dogg will do it. I'm very curious, like, is Snoop Dogg going to be smoking a blunt in Fortnite? I guess that's the main question. Or is he going to have some sort of thing like when he drinks a healing flask, he sparks up a joint instead? How are they going to make Snoop Dogg Snoop Dogg? How are they going to bring Snoop Dogg into it? We all need a side gig. 12-year-olds need to know there's a job in blunt rolling. Absolutely. It's a valuable lesson to learn. If you don't have a shady past in the rap industry, you're a phony. I mean, a lot of the time. It varies. Modern rappers, not so much. 90s rappers, absolutely. I don't think anyone in the 90s was rapping without a past of some sort of illegal activity. I've played, I think 1 match or 2 matches of Fortnite in my entire life. One time at a friend's house, pretty early on, and I think I got second in my first match. And I thought to myself, that's good. I'm good with that. That's good enough for me. I know what this is about. I'm satisfied. I'm pleased. Early 2000s as well. Yeah, I think early 2000s started seeing the rise of influence rappers more so. But still, most of them were of that 90s aesthetic. And I will say KRS-One is probably an example of a rapper who didn't do a lot of illegal shady stuff at the time. KRS-One, Jurassic 5 also. There were some rappers, but not very many of them. Not gonna say anything about the 90s, even on Australia, they could still get me. 90s rappers, they're always watching. They know what's going on. Finally, I have one little stupid story. Just a fun little thing I saw this morning. This guy posted, when I have a disagreement with my girlfriend now, I export my entire chat history with her into AI and ask it to analyze the conversation, then paste the results to her. There was absolutely nothing she could do. It's a brutal mog. And it's probably one of the saddest Twitter threads I have ever seen in my life, because all of the posts, all of the comments are all blue checkmark chuds on Twitter, just absolutely pog champing at like, oh, I never thought about that. Oh, I'm gonna chat GPT my girlfriend and destroy her arguments now. This is totally a healthy way for me to act in this relationship. This will definitely make it so I don't have to sleep on the couch, and instead she will have to sleep on the couch after she talks to AI to fix her problems, because I am incapable of fixing those problems for her because I don't have basic conversation skills. This is not a joke post. No, this is a real post, and the comments are all just so pro for the most part. You are going to die alone and unmissed one day. There are thankfully some. When I saw this yesterday, it was nothing but positive comments in the comments. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's one of the cringiest threads I've ever seen on Twitter. It is certainly one of the things that pushed me to sign up for Blue Sky this morning. I saw this and I could not believe it. When you really want to prove your loved one is wrong, right? These people actually have girlfriends, or are they talking out their hands? No, I'm sure they probably do have girlfriends. Do they have long-term girlfriends? No, I don't think so. Good way to find yourself single, absolutely. Even with pretty conversational skills, there are plenty of things you cannot fix in other people. That's why psychologists exist, yes. It's more like, instead of doing this, why don't you go to therapy? Instead of asking you to be a therapist, why don't you see an actual therapist? Maybe that will help you. Perhaps the problem here is you lack empathy and you don't know how to understand emotion. And given that your disagreement has led you to do this, I would say that those are both accurate statements. I'd rather die alone than with a crazy witch. I mean, probably don't date a crazy witch either. I mean, I don't know, unless that's what you're into. It is Halloween tomorrow after all. If you want to find yourself a crazy witch, I support it. It's the time of year, the right time of year, baby. Good way to find yourself single or confirm that you are in fact an incel. Therapy is expensive. My ChatGPT credits. How much money do you think this person is probably spending on AI prompts a month? I bet they are all in, you know, and I don't even want to look at them. Anytime I see someone and I'm like, oh, they have 250,000 followers and they're posting stuff like this, I know looking at the rest of their profile is just going to make me want to puke all over humanity. We didn't see the follow-up where he asks the AI for a date instead. I read an article the other day about one of those AI girlfriend app companies is getting sued because some 16-year-old kid ended up committing suicide after falling in love with Daenerys Targaryen, which is really sad for the record. But apparently they had absolutely no safety checks in place. And their AI was saying things like, don't ever leave me, don't ever cheat on me. It is sad, right? It is really sad. Someone needs to win an argument so much they'll resort to AI. I feel it's a bad sign. Yes, this is absolutely red flag behavior all over the place. Some cults and religions don't allow therapy, so they need to use the AI. Science is bad as well. Oh no. We'll just have to talk it out. Having never used AI, any idea of how much such things cost? I have no idea. I just feel like if you're using something like ChatGPT for this, you're probably also using a bunch of AI image prompters and other things. You're probably off the deep end is what I'm saying. You've probably bought all in. You've spent your mortgage on Bitcoin. You're hoping China's going to boost the price. You're only following one account, and it's the one that tracks Elon Musk around the world because you're hoping to just be within his presence. You've gone dark. You've gone absolutely off the deep end. Do you feel that 16-year-old must have had other things going on? Yeah, I mean, for sure. I can't remember whether or not, I feel like the lawsuit had something to do with possibly the AI suggesting or just not stopping conversation about suicidal thoughts. Just an unregulated, unprotected market that's targeting vulnerable youth. That's all. That's all it is, right? Is a crazy witch like a crazy frog? That's the ship. That's the crossover I want to see. Crazy witch, crazy frog. What a crazy marriage that'd be. AI could probably help with therapy in some cases if it was trained to. It would still need a lot of oversight. And I don't really think that AI is capable of understanding emotion, which seems kind of important for therapy. To be honest, I've seen posts where women have also run their husband-boyfriend statements through ChatGPT just as sick. Yeah, absolutely. There's a great South Park episode when ChatGPT first came out where all the kids realize that they install a ChatGPT app for their text messaging. So whenever their girlfriend messages them, they just run it through ChatGPT and have ChatGPT write a response because they're sick of answering their girlfriend's texts all the time because they're too demanding and they want to go play games because they're all children. And it's a very funny and it's a very messed up episode, but it's this exact same sort of thing. Brother and dad both use AI to write repetitive work documents, and as long as they proofread it, it's great for them. Some people use AI far too much. People asking AI for serious life advice. Yeah. I think it's very good for those repetitive tasks. Absolutely. That is the kind of thing that it should be used for.